Hey, very good morning, and today is September 13th, and time is at about 8:32, I think. So let me quickly start the market pulse. Let me start with sharing the screen, and all right. So I was looking at definitely morning. I was looking at the markets a little bit, and Gift Nifty. I think it shows some bit of a greenishness, but we do not know. I think because this is at the peak right now, so anything can happen. So there could be some kind of a pullback, but we never know. So yesterday was I think most of the people, at least the sellers, would have lost some money. So that's definitely for sure. But yesterday was a little bit of a tough day, at least for me, to manage the spike. At least after 2 o'clock, I was in profits until I think 2 p.m. Until 2 p.m. I was in 2 lakhs profits, and after that I lost some money. And then Sensex also I was trading, so I couldn't really focus on Sensex. So usually Sensex is for tomorrow. If it is 1 DT, I would not spend a lot of time. But that's all right. So today is going to be tricky day to manage. At least on paper, yesterday it ended with 10 lakhs profit, but today I have a I have a lot of losses to cover, close to about 13 lakhs. I think I will see how, if I probably get below 10 lakhs losses, I think it will become net zero anyway. I'll give it a try. But I think without further ado, let me get on to the weekly, sorry, daily chart, and then see where it stands. One second. All right, I assume you're able to hear me, so that's important. Let me wear my specs also so that I'll not miss any comments. All right, so very good morning, everybody, and yeah, yesterday it was definitely a surprise move, right? So let me, if at all you were trading, I'm sure you would have experienced what really happened yesterday. So I think at about 1 2 p.m. there was a massive buy in the pretty much all the Nifty shares, Nifty stocks. At least I looked at HDFC, Reliance, Infi, and TCS. I think all the stocks were bought. I think that definitely impacted the index, and that's where it went up. There were a lot of stories around if you bought an option at about 10 rupees, it would have gone, it would have probably, if you bought an option for 1 lakh, it would have probably become 40 lakhs or whatever. But then typically what happens is nobody would hold that long. People would actually exit as soon as they get into probably 3 4 lakhs. But anyway, that's all right. So, but today's outlook, because we are at the top, when you're at the top, it's always very difficult. There can always be pullback. I think if you look at previous tops, let's look at some of the previous tops, right? I think the only in this scenarios we'll have to only look at the history. So previous top, let's go one by one, right? So somewhere here there was a top, there was a pullback, there was a top, there was a pullback, again there was a top pullback, again here pullback. I think the recent top was about here, the probably the significant top, which is about August first week, and there was definitely some pullback. And then the next immediate one is September first week, and that also sold out. So I think that's where it is. But as of now, I think the market seems to be bullish overall. I don't think there is any reason to worry. But at the same time, right now we are officially, I think officially we are at the let's look at the close, 25,388. The previous close was yeah, I think we are all-time high officially. So it's basically closed at about 25,388, which is definitely all-time high. So let's see, is it going to pull back or it's going to really go up? We do not know. But I think at this point of time, this is still below this linear regression channel. So if it goes up only, we'll be able to say that it's going to really come down. Ideally, it has to hover around this particular line. So that's the market for today. I think let's look at Sensex very quickly, which is the expiry today. Sensex also technically reached all-time high yesterday. The previous all-time was this one. So which is, if I put the cursor here, it's 82,559, which is 82,600. You can say right now it is closed at about 82,962, which is 83,000. Yesterday, I made a statement saying that there's a low probability that markets are going to hit all-time high, which is, my statement is obviously incorrect. So we can never predict what's going to happen, right? So that's the thing. But I think yesterday's sell-off nobody actually expected. That is also one reason. There was definitely some bit of a chaos yesterday. So I think I'll probably start with one of my positional trades. So actually yesterday I closed this with a pretty much loss of about 1 lakh. The reason was there were multiple trades, and there was a I think I would say a calendar spread kind of thing, right? There was a sell from monthly expiry, there were sell from weekly expiry, and there was also one buy from the monthly expiry. So I thought it would be confusing to me to really manage everything. So that's the reason I closed yesterday with so pretty much all the profits that were made until yesterday for all the days, it was gone entire yesterday. I would have probably stayed on, but then obviously today I'm going to take some fresh trade. So I think the intention is we still got about 13 days. I think 26th is the expiry. So you still got some time to really make some money. So on this account, I will predominantly do the positional trades. So that's the main plan out there. I think when it comes to my other positions, so they're also in massive losses at this point of time. So especially the CE, this got into very good loss. But I think from the tradability perspective, this is still okay. The reason is if I go back here, right? So I think the max loss probably I'll get down to about 15. I think the worst case scenario, if I do not anything, 16 lakhs losses, and in case if the market actually pulls back, then obviously there's going to be some money made. So today's plan is to I will definitely take this as the position, and then I will punch in a lot of this is the straddle position. Actually, I'll punch in a lot of positions at this place, and then I still got some capital left anyway. And then I will also protect the upside. When I say protect the upside, this is 82,600 CE. So this is anyway, there is a protection here, which is some quantity, which is about 83,100 CE. So I'll add exit this and then come bit closure, so that maybe 83,000, and then which means that at least on the upside, I do not have any risk. At least the risk in the sense I would probably lose some defined money, which I think I'll have to make a piece with that money, and maybe 10 lakhs, let's say 10 lakhs, just for the argument's sake. Now what I'll do is I'll keep on selling the PE here. So that would be massive quantity, and then this I'm not going to add anything else. So C I'm not going to touch today. So in case if market goes up, as I said, I made my mental peace with 10 lakhs loss, so that's all right. So I will take it up. But in case if there is a reversal, then I'll have to, so this would actually cover a lot of losses, the 16 lakhs, and in case if there is a reversal. In case there is no reversal, I think I'll have to take, let's say, 7 or 8 lakhs losses, because I'm going to make some money on the PE side. I think that's how this adjustment would be done. And the second one is the Nifty. This is for the 25,500 expiry. So this also I'll have to make a piece with the 4 lakhs loss. But right now, this is all right, at least on the paper perspective. There is definitely some kind of a risk on the upside, but then this risk on the upside, I'm okay until let's say it reaches about 25,600 or so. I think it's probably about 1.47. But then here also, right now, what I did was yesterday I did a little strangle to check how the things would shape up. So this is definitely just the very minuscule quantity, and then there is a hedge anyways here. So I'm going to really exit this hedge and then come bit closure. And then the plan is I'm going to use this as a reference point and then keep selling the weekly options. So weekly P, that's how I would probably do it. I think that's all for the day today. I mean, I thought I will quickly show you how do you, I think obviously internet is all about a lot of people put the profits, right? But I think it's important for you to know how to deal with the losses. So when you get into losses, the first thing is to not to lose out the sleep. You should have sound sleep, and that is a good indication that you made the terms with the loss. That's an important one. The second one is I think if you're able to make an agreement with the loss, saying that okay, I'm okay to take this much loss, I think the other decisions would be, might be a lot more easy. Otherwise, you get into panic, and then that's you will probably lose out money. I think the one good news yesterday was the only good news, I would say. I'll not say probably two good news. One thing is I could actually from options, at least Sensex perspective, I could probably get about 10 lakhs. So that is one good news, and the portfolio did extremely well, mainly because there was an up move. So I think those are the only two good news. And I think overall, if I stay net combination of portfolio and options this month, I think I should be absolutely be happy with it. And Angel one, I will actually do some trades today. Probably I will do 26,000 CE again, fresh trade, and then see how the trade would actually go. But I think personally, I'm expecting it's going to be little pull down today. Let's see how the day goes. Let me now take some questions. Options dynamics. Very good morning, Akash. Good morning. I think yesterday, I do not know. Uh, it's very difficult to say. Yesterday, I think see there was at least I saw multiple stocks, right? So there were pretty much all the stocks up. It could be somebody bought kind of a bulk deal, but then obviously whoever is doing that, I'm sure they would have bought options as well. Um, uh, Actually, we have very small friends group. At about 12:30, I think I made a I made a note saying that I posted there saying that options prices are not moving. There could be some surprise on the upside, but I think so that the only mistake that I did was I did not kept my eyes on Sensex. I think that was the only mistake. But Nifty I was managing. Yesterday, Nifty, in fact, I was at 3:1, three on the put side and then the one on the call side. So that's in fact saved a lot of losses. Otherwise, it would have gone into almost like 50 lakh kind of loss, right? So I was a little suspicious on the C side. But anyway, it's not like I forecasted and it did not happen. Sometimes some of these things would really help. Yesterday, what was happening around 12:30, the CE premiums are actually not coming down. That is a good indication that there is going to be some move. And again, this is sometimes it would happen, sometimes it would not happen. But yeah, only thing is, only lesson, big lesson learned was 2 o'clock. We should be definitely be very careful going forward, because I think most of you probably aware or not aware. I'm not very sure. But there are bulk deals which happen at 8:55, which is usually the pre-market. 8:55 to 9, and then the bulk deals also would happen from 2:05 to 2:30. That's where a lot of people would punch in, and when these bulk deals happen, people would do heavy loaded punching, and then the other retailers, they would actually follow through the trend. Let's say they do till 2:30, and then people like us, we would think that okay, market is going up, let me buy a few more stocks, and then it will actually go there, and then that's the reason most of the times these would be again sold out after 3 o'clock or 3:50. So I did sell 24,400 CE. That actually gave about 3 lakhs, I think, yesterday. Otherwise, it would have been massive losses. All right, so that's about yesterday. So nothing to worry. Let's look at will you trade Midcap Nifty? I think Monday I have one interview planned, so I probably will not trade on Monday morning. At least I'll see if that interview gets over faster. I will mostly. I did see the news, but then the Hindenburg. I think it's my view done and dusted. I don't think people anywhere much worried. I see in case if the pullback happens, it's mainly because it's all-time high. Nothing to do with the report. My view again. I might be wrong. And today I am doubtful to do live trade. The reason is afternoon I need to go out again. There is some bit of a preparation for the interview. So I need to do some bit of a work in the afternoon. So let me see. I will let you know in case if I come online. My Nifty monthly position calls are bleeding aggressively adjustment or wait for the pullback. Yeah, there could be. I'm guessing the reason is I had shown in the chart, right? Usually, whenever it hit the all-time high, there is always a pullback. But the pullback can happen today or Monday. When it's going to happen, nobody knows. I think that's definitely a biggest challenge. But generally, if you look at the charts very carefully, whenever there is all-time high, there is always a pullback, at least after 10 o'clock or so, because a lot of times people wanted to do profit booking. That could be one reason, but let's see. Why, Anandi, why people think if market moves, it's manipulation. If you are keeping your stop loss, then no need to worry. Yeah, that's how we survive. And so I think the why people say manipulation only because why it happens at 2 o'clock, right? So if let's say if it is a trending day, it's absolutely all right. So I think the spikes and other things would actually would give us a good sense saying that it is a manipulation, especially if you're into the market and option trading. You would definitely see what is happening in front of your eyes, right? So for example, let's take the case of HDFC, just a argument perspective, right? So morning probably we would have started at 1600 16,110 or whatever, right? So suddenly at 3 o'clock, why it has to go up by 30 rupees or 20 rupees? Obviously there is no massive change in the business. So I think that's what which actually feels like it's manipulation. And I think probably I strongly believe if SEBI or any institution, if they can really look at who is buying stocks and who is buying options, I think they will be able to really make it out. All right, so let's look at. I'm trading from last 3 months, and I'm in drawdown of 10.2%. How can I control my psychology? Prabhat sir, so my suggestion is, let's say if you're putting, let's say 1 crore or maybe 50 lakhs or 10 lakhs, doesn't matter, right? So I think each month you need to draw a line. The draw a line could be, for instance, if you wanted to make 5% in that month, and you can't afford to go to 10% losses. The first thing is have a goal. The goal could be 2%, 3%, 5%. Really doesn't matter. It could be 1% also. So depending on your risk appetite, you can say that I'm okay to lose point. If it is 2%, you can set a goal saying that I'm okay to lose 1%. Or if your risk appetite is low, you should set a goal saying that you are okay to lose 2%, but not beyond that. So if your target is let's say 2%, if you're losing 10%, then technically you'll have to work hard for next 5 days, 5 months. So I think that conditions that you need to put. So see, trading is more of a, what to say, the cradle between fear and greed, right? So you'll always go to this side of fear, this side of greed. But I think how you control those, I think that's what. See, there is tremendous one in front of every day. When you see crores of rupees, we all get tempted, including me. But then somewhere we'll have to draw a line. So I think that's the only suggestion that I can give. But do not lose money. So capital is very precious. So capital, I'll give you an analogy, right? Capital is like a petrol in the car. So you can have a Mercedes Benz, but if you do not have petrol, then you just can't run anywhere. So capital is precious. So do not lose it. And in order to complete your journey, you need to have the capital. So do not lose out. That's very important. And somewhere, let's say continuously, if you are making losses for 2 to 3 months, every month 10%, 5%, you can safely assume that trading is not for you. You should probably, there are a lot of avenues to make money. Again, it's same thing. You are driving a car and then every month you do an accident. It doesn't make sense. So you'll have to probably better to take Ola or Uber. So not to drive anymore, right? So sometimes the accidents could be fatal as well. So someone needs to be very careful. All right, so let me take up a few more questions. And what is time now? Okay, 8:52. We got still some more time. Ash, very nice to meet face to face, not face of face. All right. So I did cover that in the starting of the conversation. Please do look at the video. I do option selling. I do only hedging as a take only one trade. I believe it is best to exit at 1 p.m. to avoid manipulation, stuff losing. Yeah, I think that's absolutely all right. Chiranjeevi Reddy. How do you handle? Yeah, I think I did cover that yesterday. I know Arsh, you asked the same question. I think 3 4 times. It's the same answer I did cover in the starting of the conversation. So I think, see, it's a Chiranjeevi. It's a bit of a double-edged sword, right? So sometimes your what do you say? A lot of decay would happen at about 2 2:30, right? So probably one thing that someone can do is exit at about 2 o'clock, enter everything. If our profits are lost, doesn't matter. But then again, come back to market about 2 o'clock, 2:30, I think that could help. But then we also saw spikes happening after 3 o'clock. So there's nothing like um, uh, one way to deal with this, right? So sometimes when we lose money, we think that is not right, but the same strategy would give us money. So it's all, we'll have to do trial and error and then see what works for us. So but at the end of the day, any of your trading, my suggestion is, humble suggestion is to not to lose money if we are losing capital too much. Let's say, as I said, you always set those targets, right? If your target is, let's say, 5% in a month, and if you're losing, let's say, 2 to 3%, I think that is the time that you need to probably not to trade that month at least. So generally, even if you look at equity and then the mutual funds, they do give tremendous return. So yesterday, my portfolio itself gave about like 1.12%, right, which is a good money. Even if you do not trade, that's absolutely all right. If you're able to build the capital, my view, that's a lot more fruitful exercise. And also, I wanted to tell you, trading probably may not be for everybody. So do not think that it's a easy money and then all of us can make money. And also, a lot of times people do training saying that you can make 5 to 10% every day, which is absolutely impossible. You will not be able to do that. So I just wanted to let you know. All right, I think that's all from my end for now. And so I do have a good battle to fight today. I will see how the day would really comes up. And so one more important announcement. I know I think some of you have nominated for Hyderabad event, and so we will have probably about 10 people. So far, I not checked night today, but then I got about 18 or 19 nominations. I think it is little less than Bangalore, but that's all right. Bangalore, in fact, I wanted to meet about 5, but then we ended up meeting 10. But Hyderabad probably will do about 10. If any of you are from Hyderabad, feel free to fill that little sheet so that we'll be able to select some 5 to 10 people, and then we can have a good conversation on various topics and see. That's on September 22nd. So as I said, September 21st, I have one event in the college. So after that, I will actually do this, and then I'll return back to Bangalore just after that. That is one event, and I think that's all today anyway. So there is one YouTube interview coming, and that is not nothing with the trading. That's mainly because of the my fire journey. So that is shooting is going to happen on Monday, I think. So I think once that is done, probably I think a lot of people are asking questions around how to build the capital, etc. Maybe that video would actually answer some of those questions. All right, then. Have a great remaining day, and obviously, I'll not say have a profitable day, but I will say do proper risk management and do not lose money. If you do not lose money, obviously the money will anyway come. So that's all. Have a great remaining day. Bye bye.